Hey everyone, so this video is for the garage parking barrier, and the cool thing about this hack is that the barrier can be opened and closed. So I'm just going to replay that and explain how it works. So when you first approach the barrier, you can press on this doorbell here and pretend to get a ticket. And to open the barrier, you simply click on the secret door, which is just over here. Now to make one of these, it's super easy and you can either do it with the transform tool or without. Also, just before we start building, one of these barriers in total will cost around 2.3k. So first, I'm going to explain how you can build this without using the transform tool. The first thing you will have to do is place 2 sets of walls just like this, and there must be a gap of 3 squares in between them both. Now grab the flush secret door from the build menu, and you will need to place this on the wall to your left hand side. Now click on the palette icon down below to recolor it, but be careful guys, because we are only recoloring the second tab as shown here. I've colored it a blue. You can color it any color that you like. You will notice that the blue side of the door is on the other side of the wall, but we now have to rotate this. And to do this, you will need to click on the door and press R. If done correctly, the blue side of the door will now flip over to this side. So now we will have to grab a horizontal plank, place that onto the door. And now it's time to grab a horizontal cylinder, place it onto the edge of the plank as much as it can go and start to resize it. But here is the thing guys, you cannot resize the cylinder fully. It has to be resized to $279. And if you're still unsure, if you look here, you can see that the cylinder barely reaches that second grid. So I'm just going to come out of build mode and quickly check. So if I open the door, everything should move together as one piece. But if you find that your door is moving without the cylinder, it means that you have resized your cylinder too much and you need to go in and make it a little smaller. Now back to our door. All I have to do now is make the ticket machine, which I'm going to make with a cube, a taped photo and a doorbell. Now it's almost complete. All you have to do is go in and recolor. So to do this hack, if you have the transform plus tool, it is obviously much more easier. Follow the exact same steps as shown previously. So I've placed my flush secret door and I want to rotate it so the blue side of the door is showing. And now instead of getting a plank, I'm going to get a large rod, and all you want to do is place it from the very top of the door down to the bottom. To check that the rod has stuck to the door, just click on the door and press C, and the rod and the door should highlight to an orange. So now you're going to use your transform tool by clicking on that rod, pressing T and transforming it just as I do. But this time, because we're using the transform tool, the rod can go a little over that second grid. So now I'm going to put in my ticket machine, recolor, and I want to go in and give it a little test. So here I am testing out the barrier that doesn't need the transform tool, and I'm not going to lie, it wasn't as smooth as I wanted it to be. The door wasn't quite opening as wide as it should have, and it did take me a few attempts to try to get through. But the good news is that I did actually get through in the end. But I do suggest you play around with it. It probably is a bit of trial and error, but it definitely is worth a go. And here is the second barrier which uses the transform tool. And as you can see, it works a lot smoother. Anyway guys, I hope this has helped. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!